It's going downhill. We got new equipment system. Obviously, they're gonna allow people, free-to-play players, to have that system, but like at the end of the day, there's still gonna be a little bit of like advantage to people that are railing. That's kind of how I see it. RNG rocks? No, it's probably like think of another tier 9 manufacturer thing. Because the collectibles is meant to be a buff for that unit, for the class, for that unit class. So, for example, how I see it is basically that's how I understood what collectibles are. Collectibles seem like it's a class equipment. You equip it to that character, and then when it becomes when that character is MLB for specific characters, then that collectible will transform into treasure. So only specific units. But in order for that to become a treasure, the unit has to be max limit broken. So yeah, so we're gonna get like basically a class specific equipment. So it's like either for all supports or for all no it's actually not for not supports attacker, for weapons. It's based on weapons. It's gonna be an item that you can equip for all rocket launchers basically. And then once that character, if that character is eligible for it, if that character is MLB, then that character can get that collectible will become treasure. And treasures are meant to be something that's specific to buff that character. The likelihood is like it's probably going to be like a sort of special equipment. That's kind of how I see it, where it buffs like maybe the skill or something, because that's typically what these kind of games are. Typically for these kind of games, the gachas, that additional equipment or that specific equipment for that character will buff like one of their skills. So like skill 1 or skill 2 will be buffed with additional effect or something like that. Like imagine like Laplus's skill 2 maybe end up getting buffed by that special that treasure. That's kind of how I understood the treasures, because otherwise what would the treasure be for if it's like why would we not have the treasure, right? And the main requirement for that treasure is just MLB. The good thing about it is it's not like a separate gacha system. The bad thing about it is it does incentivize you to wail on units that seems like shitty anyway, because that shitty units will end up being not used, and then the units that are not used will typically get buffed, one way or another. They're probably gonna prioritize buffing the units that are not good. Crow? Oh my god, any crow enjoyers in chat? Holy schmoly. Will this make a Nikke must use? A lot of games in particular, it's basically their way of reworking a character, because typically they don't like modify the character too much, but these additional equipments or unique equipments, let's just say unique equipments basically, because that's essentially what like it is to a certain degree. Unique weapons, that's typically like on these other games, they use that opportunity to buff the character. Even though that technically there's like a rework that they're doing right now, but that's also that's what it kind of did, right? They rework these characters, and these characters also have treasures, and those treasures tend to be kind of like the main reason, and some characters will end up being really useful on those. This is how a lot of gacha games are. Typically they try to rework that character, they try to add additional like upgrade system that will make that character more usable. Now that's fine and all, but again, that max limit break though, right? Think about it, because like for example, Nero has been out for how long was Nero out been? Like almost a year now, right? Or actually not almost a year, but it's definitely like more than half a year, and I still only have one copy of her, right? That's because I'm not intentionally getting her. So if they decide to rework Nero, I don't have any MLB of her. And yeah, that will also affect your wish list, because now you kind of want to get wish lists now into for those particular like units now. So like for laplus, yeah, actually for everybody here right now, if you don't have MLB for those units, laplus, diesel, exia, and who's the other one? Forgot. You you should set them to wishlist now. Frima, yeah, yeah. So wishlist them now, chat, because they might end up being really good. Are they gonna be that strong? By my experience, for the other gacha games, they tend to be meta for a bit. I don't know if they ever get replaced, but there are some of these units that end up being really meta. We don't know how beta they are gonna be, but again, this is one of their ways to opportunities to rework that character, and maybe they don't have any plans on making alter. So see, that's also another thing. Because of that, there's a high chance that those characters don't get any additional rework or anything like that, or additional rework. Sorry, additional alter character. Like think of like Ludmilla into Winter Ludmilla. Because their way of kind of like upgrading those characters or kind of like making those characters redeemed a little bit is because they do those kind of rework. How to rework a unit and make more money? Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, because the MLB, yeah, oh my god. Yeah, because typically you don't make money anymore for the old units. But then they're like, oh, MLB, you gotta rework these. Oh my god. Genius move, Shift Up. Genius move, I hate you. But shit, like, oh my god, that's true. Rerun banners incoming. That's another thing too. I could see that too. Yeah. No, they might start doing more rerun banners like that. Yeah. No. That could happen for sure. Like, there's no way. Why would they release those things and then not run a rerun banner? Duh. Free money. Shift Up. Hello. Oh my god. Oops. Oops. They're listening, chat. Oops.